Hello, welcome to this new video in which we are going to see the basics of BIM modeling. In this video we are going to deal with foundation families and we are going to analyze the different criteria and the different hierarchy of these elements. We are going to see the category, the type, the family, and the elements classification of this kind of family. So in this video we are going to start a new project. As we have seen in other videos, we have two types of elements inside of Revit. This kind of elements or files are the models and the families. Now we are going to see an example of a family implementation in a model. So we are going to create a new model. We are going to click in new model and we are going to select in this part the template. What is the template? The template is a file that is going to provide to us a new environment for modeling inside of Revit. So, depending on the language of your Revit software, we are going to be able to access to different templates. I am going to take the most simple one. So I am going to click in Browse, and here in Browse I am going to be able to select different templates. So I am going to take the default one. That is one of the most simple templates that we can find inside this library. Of course, you can see that depending of your language, of your Revit language, you can select different templates. For instance, if I enter to Spanish, I have another templates that probably fits better to the guidelines or normatives according to that country. But in this sense, I'm going to select the English one, and I'm going to select the default metric. Okay, I will select it. Okay, and what is a template? A template is like the previous file RTE that it's going to create a new RVT. This is a project, and inside the project we are going to have many families: RFA, RFA, and RFA. Where are the different families imported? Here in families. As you can see, according to the template select different, by default, different families, and the template load those families into the model. But I can create new families and I will be able to import new families. We are going to see this video or this processor later in other videos. In this one we are going to work with by default families. So in this example we are going to see which families we can find inside our model. So what do we have in this BIM environment? As you can see, the template provides to us this structure. The template defines to us different floor plans, ceiling plans, elevations, schedules, sheets, plans, and so on. And for instance, in this example, if you have created a new model, a new RVT, and you don't have any 3D view, I recommend always to create this new view. So let's click in View, New 3D View, Default 3D View, and now we can see the levels. So this is the 3D view, and the most important part here is or the most important element probably inside the BIM modeling are the levels, because the levels are the basis for all the elements creation. When I create a new beam, when I create a new slab or another constructive element, they are always be linked with a base level or a top level. So let's go into create in this video some foundations. I am going to create this. I would like to, for instance, change the naming of the level 1 to foundation level, and this level 2 to zero plan, for instance, or zero level. So let's go to a new elevation. What is this elevation? What does it mean? I am going to a floor plan, and the elevations are these. This is the north, this is the south, the east, and the west. Where are they? They are right here. So if I select the east elevation, it's like I cut the infrastructure from this line and I start to see from this point to a one infinite point that it's at the left of the project. So I will go to that view. I can click here, this is a link, or I can click here to the east. And I can see the different levels. So first of all, I am going to change these visualization units. These units can be changed through manage, and also you can go to project parameters, area parameters, global parameters, and there you have project units. There is a shortcut that is UN. It's the same. I will click UN, and it's the same as if I click here, project units. And I am going to change the distance. Sorry, I move the arrows. Distance to meters, 2 decimal places, and also the length. I will put meters and 2 decimal places. Okay, and I apply. So that is the most important difference comparing to, for instance, to the AutoCAD, that when I change a unit in a project, I change for every single element and every single annotation. So I don't have to go one by one changing the units. If I change in one place, in this unit parameter or in this unit project, I will change for all the projects and for all the elements. So I have here the level 2 and the level 1, and now I'm going to change the naming. This is the foundation, for instance. I am going to change not only the naming of this, also the naming of this view, the floor plan and the ceiling plan. This is important. And as you can see, both levels have been changed. Not only the level inside this view part of the model, also the accessibility through the project browser. So I have this foundation, and this I will call the 0 level. I will click yes. So I have the foundation and the 0 level. And now I want to create different foundations here. Remember that I am into the east section, and I am going to select a new structure family. I will find in my computer, and I'm going to put in my model. Okay, and of course this foundation family should be in this level, the foundation one. So what happened that depending of the family, some families are implemented into the model in a 3D, some families are implemented or could be implemented in a floor plan, and others in a section view. In this sense, the foundation should be implemented always in floor plans. And in which plan I am now? I am now in the east view. I need to go to a floor plan. So let's go to the foundation one. I double click, and I have this view. Remember, I have here the east, the north, the south, and the west. I am going to create different lines, different grills, in order to put faster the different families related to the foundation. So I will go to place into the center, and I'm going to create an architectural element that it's a grid. The shortcut is GR. It's the same. So I will click GR, and I will create 1, for instance 2, 3, 4, and 5 verticals, and 4 in the other way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? Well, let's imagine that I want always to keep 5 meters between the different grills. Not only grills, imagine that they are beams and you want to keep the same distance between the elements. So in this sense, the moving the elements, it's accessible, or the correct way to do that is through the distance, through annotation. So where are the distance? Let's go to here. We can go to annotate, or just we can use the shortcut DI. Let's go to annotate, and we are using this one, the aligned one. So as you can see, I will remove this, I will put, and you have the shortcut there. So I will do dy. In order to put annotations, be careful because you need to provide different clicks. I want to create a new annotation selecting all the elements, okay? So I will do one click, second click, third, fourth, fifth, and there is the last click outside the elements in order to close the annotation. So I will select this, and there you have the different units. Let's imagine that I want always 5 meters. So I will select this one element, the one that you want. It doesn't matter if you select this or this. In order to move the elements, you have to move the annotation. You have to interact with these annotations that they are editable if they are in blue color. So in this sense, I am going to select this grill, for instance, and I want to keep 5 meters. And I want to block this distance. I am locking it, and now if I click in the annotations, once I have clicked in this, I will click in this. This is equidistance. It will keep the same distance if it is locked, and it will be put it to any other distance inside these annotations. So I will click on this and EQ. Now you have all the annotations in 5 meters. The same to the other one. This, and this. I will keep 5. I am going to lock it, and I will press this. Now you have it. I can just delete the annotations, don't worry, because the distance is the same. And now I have my grills in this with the same distance between different elements. So now what I want to put in these intersections my foundations. So let's try to find where are the foundations. I will go to the 3D view, and I can see my grills and I can see my levels. So probably relating to annotation families, levels and grills are the most important. So now I am going to put the different entities, the different families. So I will go to a structure, and the foundations are in this part. Foundation, and I will select an isolated foundation. Depending of the template that we have already selected when we were creating the model, we are going to find some preloaded families related to foundation. In this case, we don't have any family. So what they are, or what is Revit asking to us in this part? They are asking if you want to load another family. So let's click in yes. Now in my desktop, in my downloads folder, I have this family. This is like a foundation family, and I am just going to create it. I am going to import to my model. Let's click in open, and now, as you can see, it's already implemented in my model. I always recommend not to model in 3D view. Always you have to model, or you should model in 2D plans, a section or a floor plan, okay? Because in 3D, it seems that we already know where we are placing this, but we are in 3D view. We are not managing well the different distance. So I recommend, once we have loaded the family, click on escape, and now I am going to go to the floor plan, to the foundation one. And now I go to a structure, isolate it, and there is my family. So I will click in the intersection, and it seems that I cannot see the foundation. Don't worry, this is quite common. I always recommend, when you import a family, go to the 3D view, and now I can see that the family is already there. Why I'm not seeing in a floor plan? This is question of the range of view. So the different modeling, how to see in floor plans and how to manage the different range of views of the different floor plans, we are going to see it in the next video, and we are going to end the modeling of all the families related to foundations. So hope this video could be interesting for you. See you in the next one. Thanks for your attention. This video and this mock is part of the project Digital Twins Infrastructure and Cities. You can find more information through this link and through this QR. Thank you very much for your time.